Toc, toc. Bonjour.
Oui,
Hi.
oui.
Je m'appelle Yves.
Uh-huh.
Je travaille pour la ville de Montréal.
OK.
Je fais partie des squads des résidences de tourisme.
This is Ethan Cox reporting for Ricochet Media and the Real News Network here in Montreal, where we have some of the same problems that exist across North America, a severe housing crisis and a real problem with short-term rentals. Well, we're here today to report on something brand new and really exciting. It's the first of its kind squad in North America, a dedicated team of municipal inspectors whose only job is to look into complaints that have been made by residents of illegal short-term rentals and give out tickets to the owners and operators of these ghost hotels.
Yves Asano is one of 3 dedicated inspectors whose job is now very simple: shut down short-term rentals in Montreal. Today, we're riding along with Yves as he does a safety inspection at a short-term rental and responds to complaints about an illegal ghost hotel on a trendy Plateau street. But first, we stopped in at Borough Hall to find out what's so special about this squad of inspectors.
C'est un projet pilote qu'on lance. Ça ne s'est pas fait ailleurs au Québec, à notre connaissance au Canada. Nous, dans le fond, on encourage les citoyens à faire des dénonciations. Le endgame, dans le fond, c'est vraiment de redonner ces logements-là dans le parc de logements locatifs pour tout le monde. C'est vraiment ça notre but.
Agathe Grandin-Côté is an experienced city inspector and the coordinator of this new squad. She and her 3-person team are now the city's first line of defense against illegal rentals. At the first apartment Yves visited, he met a woman who identified herself as a cleaner and told him the owner may live in Toronto. She allowed him inside to perform a safety inspection, which the unit passed.
Ils ont dit que les propriétaires semblent vivre à Toronto. Mais sauf que ça, c'est combien de jours ils vivent à Toronto, combien de jours ils vivent à Montréal. Ça, c'est des technicalités encore qui sont assez difficiles à les démontrer et à les prouver.
Yves doesn't want to get specific, but he has his suspicions about this rental, enough to justify further investigation. None of this moves as fast as anyone would like. Before issuing a single ticket, these inspectors will need to collect a dossier of evidence that will stand up in court. But once they've locked onto an operation, penalties can be steep. First offense fines of $1,000 to $2,000 and provincial fines of $10,000 to $100,000 that can be added on top. These may now be the largest fines in North America to match the first dedicated team of short-term rental inspectors. It's a small, halting step in the right direction for a city stung by allegations it didn't do enough to shut down an illegal ghost hotel that burned in March. That fire killed 7, including Airbnb guests trapped in rooms with no windows or fire exits, and prompted a flurry of legislation and new enforcement measures from all levels of government. The second building we visit is reportedly a ghost hotel, with all of its units being listed on Airbnb. Yves is here because of repeated complaints from neighbors. The woman who answers the intercom tells Yves she's a cleaner and comes regularly when the owners call for her.
Est-ce que vous nous permettez de pouvoir accéder au bâtiment? On devrait faire quelques vérifications.
Non, moi je suis juste une femme de ménage ici.
OK.
Le propriétaire n'est pas là.
She won't let Yves in to perform a safety inspection, and, after promising to call her boss, she goes silent. It's enough for Yves to open an investigation and start gathering evidence. He and his colleagues say they'll prioritize the largest ghost hotel operations, issuing 1 fine per unit across networks that can sometimes span more than dozens of buildings, and working with provincial officials to bring crippling penalties down on repeat offenders. Start following the rules, the city is telling operators, or face fines that could reach 7 figures.
Our message to everybody who are doing illegal things: we are coming. The problem is when it becomes commercial use. So it's not sharing economy. It's something else.
We asked Airbnb spokesperson Nathan Rotman if he would agree to an on-camera interview to discuss this story. He declined. Like every other city in North America, Montreal has been asleep at the wheel. But if there's one message Mayor Valérie Plante's team is eager to pass on to the public, it is, we're working on it. We asked Plateau Mayor Luc Rabouin and other city officials for commitments that all data not protected by privacy rules would be shared with the public. They promised to make that data available, and we'll be back soon to check in on this pilot project.